St. Thomas Aquinas by William of Tocqueville. It is also said, with respect to the natural constitution of our doctor's body, that he was of tall stature and erect bearing, and this uprightness corresponded well to the state of his soul. His skin color was a wheaten brown, which also served to indicate his temperate disposition. His head, which was somewhat bald, was of a great size. Since the perfection of the sensitive powers that are subject to reason require well-formed organs. His body was of the most sensitive constitution, even as his mind was marked by the subtlety of his intellect. Whenever he was given to exert himself in various acts of bodily strength, Thomas himself showed himself a robust in virile, I've never pronounced that word, man. Likewise, owing to his pious humility, Thomas never despised anything common, nor by the strength of his mind did he fear anything that caused others terrors, placing his confidence always in the divine assistance. With respect to the latter, it is said that, while he was departing from Paris, he was caught by a terrible tempest while traveling by sea, when even the sailors feared for their lives. Thomas remained completely unafraid for the duration of the storm. Through all the terrors of wind, lightning, and tempest, fortifying himself with the sign of the cross as though it were a shield set against his enemies, Thomas would say, God came in the flesh, God died for us. By all of this, it seems that God had fashioned his body as the noblest of instruments, which Thomas always held subservient to acts of virtue, and which he never permitted to contravene the judgment of reason. Another miraculous event that is related to this day about our doctor is astonishing, both for the action and the deliberation that it displays. While Thomas was traveling in a small ship with many companions from his order, the seamen were sailing against the current of the river. While some of them were dragging the ship with ropes from the bank outside with great difficulty, sighing to his companions, Blessed Thomas said to them, the human race suffers from such a lack of power that this ship can hardly be drawn onward by several men together, and it would have obeyed the command of a single man if mankind had submitted to his God from the beginning. So true, Thomas. After a little time had passed, and the sailors were completely wearied from their labors, the saint had pity on them, and said to his companions, let us go down and help these sailors a little. Once they had descended, it happened that the master easily drew the ship along for some distance by himself, even though many sailors, heaving together, could scarcely make it budge. See, he was strong. He was strong, man. Marveling at this incredible prodigy, his companions then began to pull the ship with their master. This miracle, indeed, bears witness to the sanctity of this man, who never willfully offended his creator after taking flesh in his mother's womb. See, if you are out there and think that St. Thomas committed a venial or a mortal sin, no, you're ridiculous. And it was fitting that a man who so innocently held his body in obedience should have been so readily obeyed by another creature in this miracle.